and I'm not sure of the body of water that they're in. If you're not a good swimmer, you should definitely be wearing a life jacket. Your children should also be taught, as mine are all, about floating. Because in this lake, well, I'll tell you something, Patricia.
4, 5, 6, 7. Patricia! Get it together, sweetie. We have a show this weekend.
This lake is, knock on wood, there's only one person that has ever drowned in this lake, and I've said this story before, and it was no one that ever lived on this lake. And it happened to my neighbors 2 doors down, and it happened over 40 years ago. They believe that he dropped his glasses because when he was found in the bottom of very shallow water that he could have easily stood up in. He was clutching his glasses on the bottom of the lake, and we happened to be up that weekend. And knock on wood, that is the only person that has ever drowned, and he died of hypothermia. That is the only person that has ever drowned, and he died of hypothermia because the water was so cold.
It looks pretty good. I call it.
So the first thing to do that you should teach your children is to swim. Like all my children have had professional swim lessons, okay? And he died of hypothermia, and they passed deep water tests, this and that. Plus, I teach all my kids how to swim. The second thing I do is I teach all my kids how to float. Very important, because if you get a cramp, you can just lay back if you know how to float and you don't panic. And he died of hypothermia, and you just lay back. That is the greatest thing to make sure your kids know. And he died of hypothermia. But yes, accidents can happen. You must always supervise. Here's what you have to do. You have to get the boat up on an angle, open the drain plug, and let it drain. No, you can't open it like that. It's got to be on an angle. No, you're going to get water in the boat. Plus, these boats and stuff, they have seats that are flotation devices. Boat seats. I don't know if you're aware of that, Patricia.
4, 5, 6, 7. Patricia! Get it together, sweetie. We have a show this weekend.
We always have flotation devices and life-saving devices in the boat, okay? Take out the flotation cushion. They are flotation devices that have straps on them. Yeah, it's soaked with water. We have those flotation devices under the seats. Yeah, it's soaked with water. Now, in lakes like Lake Erie or Great Lakes, they're very different than this lake. This lake doesn't have an undertow. Like Labor Day, it was like sometimes the water gets rough and it had like white caps, and I was out there loving it. Luke then goes out in the kayak. This lake doesn't have the dangers that those lakes have. Gets blown to shore, but we are very blessed that we have a very calm lake with. And then he's got his lure caught in a lily pad. No type of area that has like places to be entrapped. You think it's his lure caught in that tree or a current where you could be entrapped? Cut the line then. Because he's in a kayak and 6 inches of water. Dad is coming. Dad is coming. And my husband and I think that he can navigate out of that. Jimmy, could you? Jimmy is always conveniently away from the. And to say that that is some way abusive.
Too windy, buddy.
Do we want to have a spoiled brat? No, we don't. Jimmy, would you be able to come down? Would you? That we know that he can get out of there. Be able to come down, please? I understand that, but I think we need some help here.
Okay, I'll help you.
We want him to be able to do that. Do we want to have a spoiled brat? No, we don't. And we're both right there. Jimmy was behind him and I was on the dock.
Jimmy, would you be able to come down? Would you? So we sat there. If he was in real trouble, we would be there. Jimmy, he's been there for, this is less than a minute.
And I have to tell you that I didn't even realize
Okay, he's in a foot of water.
until we went to Lake Erie and we met Scooter just how dangerous those lakes are.
Luke, stop that. Luke,
Okay.
And though you think you cannot see Luke, I can see Luke.
Come on, paddle.
and then we can get it right here. Look, Luke.
And he is actually down with my cousin who's in a kayak right now.
Open your bail. Open your bail. You won't be able to get out of there. That'll anchor you.
So, and there's somebody coming along in a canoe.
Okay, well then paddle over here to the dock. You've got, what,
Don't worry about it. Let it go.
8 feet?
Come on, get over here now before the wind's going to start up again.
Hold on a minute. Oh my goodness.
The back is out of the water, and it'll go down, so it's at an angle.
Okay, all right, guys. I don't know.
I'll tell Dad.
Okay, I'm gonna end this because this is just like totally aggravating to anybody. Just screaming
Jimmy?
and yelling and
Jimmy?
screaming and yelling,
Jimmy?
screaming and yelling.
Or his dad is conveniently never around when you guys need help.
And I'm gonna go down there right now, get in the water. But so Patricia,
4, 5, 6, 7. Get it together, sweetie. We have a show this weekend.
if that wasn't your attention, we are deeply sorry. But thanks for getting that. That's good that we got that public service message out to everyone. I was gonna clip Lucy. I was gonna take them swimming. I take them out on the boards. They wear life jackets. Lucy's life mattered.
I jumped in, I came up. Desi was still on the board.
She was not neglected, not at all.
Right, so I grab and get the dog, and I bring her back.
Our dog has a life jacket. Right.
She jumped off, I think, once to like go over and swim by them.
That our dog didn't have on yesterday, but will have on today.
And it was a long way, and I was like, oh my gosh, the dog is gonna drown.
We left it up the house, and I wanted to take the kids fishing, and we were staying close to shore.
And she fell down, and you know how clear my lake is, right?
That was and still is, my beloved Lucy.
She fell down, and I saw her go like 3 feet under the freaking water. I was flipping out.
And we are all heartbroken. And can you imagine?
But I didn't show I was flipping out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just thought she was going to be like totally on the bottom. And then she must have like flung up.
The natural survivor's guilt that anybody feels at any loss.
And she hit the surface as I was like going to get her at the same time.
It doesn't matter at any loss, because if someone dies in a car crash,
and she must have gotten scared, so she's trying to swim over to something.
there's always guilt, natural guilt that comes with heartbreak.
Which is like the raft or something, but I grabbed her, and when I'm grabbing her back leg or her arm is splashing, it's splashing water in my face, so my eyes are closed. I'm swimming with the dog, my eyes are closed. This I got the other day from wrestling him.
Jimmy was there.
I said to Jimmy,
Dog was not left alone,
they're gonna think that,
nor was the dog neglected.
but it wasn't his fault, because he was just trying to hold on for like dear life.
I was attacked viciously because of past attacks, viciously. Told that my dogs did not die,
Don't tell me I made up the deaths of my dogs,
or if they died, that I killed them myself.
because they're right here in urns,
Yes, these things were said.
okay? And I've got a sick Maltese now.
Through a strange kind of anemia
Her white blood cells didn't go back up. She's got to go tomorrow for another blood test,
that sometimes happens to West Highland White Terriers
okay? And I've got a sick Maltese now.
and to cancer in our American Bulldog.
I'm praying that it's another tick-borne illness,
And to cancer
okay? And I've got a sick Maltese now,
in our American Bulldog.
because if it's not, she might have cancer.
Strange kind of anemia.
Okay, but I'm sure that I'm making that up now, because how unlucky could someone be that they would have 3 sick dogs and 2 die? No one could have that. That's exactly what she said.
So, I'm too real. I don't know how to be fake
What happened? What are you doing?
because I'm not fake. Perhaps, I don't know, I share too much.
Jimmy! Get on.
Perhaps I am someone that wears my heart on my sleeve.
I'm not kidding. Jimmy, I'm not kidding.
You will know every emotion in me. A lot of things you don't know about me, so you all think, people think they know all about me. You will know how I feel because I show how I feel. They don't know anything about me.
Content that threatens individuals is not allowed on YouTube. Do you keep a gun downstairs? Yes, I've got one right at my feet. Moving forward, our policies will go a step further and not only prohibit explicit threats. Red is dead, and I just have to aim for the chest. Just aim for the chest. We've always removed videos that explicitly threaten someone. Cowgirl's going to give me a cattle prod. And this includes content simulating violence towards an individual. So I can be like The Handmaid's Tale, right in the neck. Or language suggesting physical violence may occur, right in the neck. No individual should be a subject to harassment. Get that voltage amped up there. That suggests violence. 100% I will do it.
Oh my gosh. Keep talking about mommy,
Literally, they call her mommy, and I'm not shitting you.
but you will never, never, never be mommy.
Sit up there and say, "Good, mommy, yes."
And I love to say mommy, okay? And maybe I'm the only one,
It took everything in me to say that.
but
Right.
I don't care.
Yes, you glued that perfectly.
Jimmy, I think my glue gun is gone.
Yes, you are hell on wheels with a hot glue gun, mommy.
And I love to say mommy, okay? And maybe I'm the only one,
Lisa D didn't know what being a friend was. Lisa never had regard for Sandra. She kicked her bed in the morning.
I have to do something. I can't make calls. I have to drive.
She made noise like crazy.
I can't stay here. I cannot stay here. I'm crawling out of my skin.
And then when Sandra got up and it was evident Sandra didn't get sleep,
I can't.
Did you go anywhere?
No, I just looked in the car.
and she was completely inconsiderate.
I can't lose my son like this.
Lisa looks at me and goes, "I think she's mad at me." I said, "You think she's mad at you?"
I can't lose him. I can't.
You freaking came out here at what, 5, 6 in the morning?
Take it anymore, Linda. I'm having a bad day. I gotta go somewhere. I gotta go somewhere. Please go get Scooter. She's gotta take me to the hospital.
Kicked the edge of her bed, were rattling around,
I can't take it. I am crawling out of my back skin.
You don't want anybody to do that to you. But she had no consideration. None. See, that's what all of you hate people say. She needs to lose her channel. Your faces are all contorted. It's the only way she'll stop. And you're so bitter, it shows through every pore in your body. And I'm gonna go after you. All that bitterness, that hate, first of all, is eating you inside. This channel isn't going anywhere because this channel is a good channel. It is the best community on YouTube. And you can't stand it.